You're going to be at the Manhattan Institute later to explain what you're doing. First off, worse since it's ever been right now with illegal immigration?
Oh, without a doubt. Just look at the raw numbers.
And for people who say, well, New York, we have over 100,000 here, teeming, they're sleeping on the streets. People want to blame Texas for this. How many illegal immigrants did you send here?
So as of last night, Texas has sent 15,800 migrants.
We got 100. So who sent them here?
Joe Biden has sent the rest of them here. And so Joe Biden really is responsible for the majority, the overwhelming majority, the people the migrants here in New York City. And if the people in New York City have a problem with all the migrants they're having to house, they need to blame Joe Biden, which candidly, that's what Mayor Adams is now beginning to do. That's what the New York governor is beginning to do. It's also what the people in Chicago and L.A., et cetera, are beginning to do, because they're realizing the problem here is not the governor of Texas. The problem we have going on is the president of the United States.
Governor, you have declared an invasion. We saw the 2-month-old baby that was dropped across the border fence. Border agents picked the baby up. But what does the invasion decree actually mean? Does that mean that Texas is going to start deportations themselves? Are they going to be pushing them back? What does that mean?
It means several things. First of all, is showing the world the magnitude of the problem that we have. This is the first time a state has ever used the invasion clause of the United States Constitution to describe exactly what's going on the border. But also we use that where we are deploying the National Guard, the Texas Department of Public Safety. And we are, for the first time ever in American history, we are repelling and turning back people who are trying to come into the country. Some we apprehend and we take back across the border. Others we apprehend and we jail for trespassing in the state of Texas. But you all on Fox News, you've shown the way that the Texas National Guard are repelling people coming into the border. But we are using every tool that we can to
Will
make
we
sure
start deportations in Texas as well?
We are some of the people we apprehend. So our first goal is to make sure they don't get across to begin with. Second, when they do get across, we have the National Guard and DPS that take them right back to the border. And the other is, again, if there's a reason to arrest them, we will arrest them and put them in jail in the state of Texas.
So the buoys that you put in there,
there you go.
They're suing you. The federal government's suing you to get it out. They're suing you not to put up the wall we paid for. There is no scenario where the federal government is not going out of their way to make your life worse and the people of Texas's life worse.
So it's true. I'm going to make it worse than that. So we are putting up these buoys. By the way, the buoy idea came from the Border Patrol. And they tested it for safety. They tested it for effectiveness. And no one will cross those buoys. Obviously, the Biden administration sued us because we have those buoys in the water. We will continue to deploy them. They're out there right now. If we win that case, which I think we will put hundreds of miles of buoys there. And let me explain why. We are building a border wall, the exact same border wall.
Right now?
Right now. Today, the border wall is going up as we are speaking. But the border wall costs 10 times as much as those buoys. And so we can have more prevention of people crossing the border by putting hundreds of miles of those buoys in the water. But talking about the Biden administration suing us to try to eliminate the buoys, but it gets worse because y'all showed here on Fox News the way that we put the National Guard put up this concertina razor wire to prevent people from coming across into the state of Texas, and it was effective. Biden administration Border Patrol, they cut that razor wire. Then they pulled it open and let the migrants through. There is a war going on the border, and that war is between Texas and the United States of America. It's outrageous.
Governor, I want to bring up Colony Ridge. We've had a lot of viewers reach out to us about that. The allegation is this little community is housing illegals, advertising to illegals. And as you know, in 2015, we banned sanctuary cities in the state of Texas. So what's exactly going on? I know there's a special session that's going to be going on, and this will be an item on that special session.
So absolutely. First, importantly, so all Texans and Americans know, I signed a law, SB 4, that bans sanctuary cities in the state of Texas. We're looking for the application of that law to what's going on in Colony Ridge. However, we're taking this very serious, and what we have done to make sure we have law and order in that area, I deployed the Texas Texas Department of Public Safety to patrol the region. The Texas Department of Public Safety has special agents that are undertaking investigations about what's going on there. We deployed the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to make sure that whatever's going on there is not posing any type of environmental problem. And the state of Texas issued subpoenas to the company that's in charge of all this to find out the financial background, to find out exactly what's going on. And then, as you pointed out, in 2 weeks, we're having a special session begin where the issue of Colony Ridge is going to be on that special session so we can look into it and pass.
Do we know if it's true that these folks don't have Social Security numbers, Texas driver's IDs? Yeah. What do we know about the people that are being housed?
Well, so when we have a special session and have bills proposed dealing with it, we're going to have legislative hearings that will surface the information about whether or not those allegations are true or not, and if they're true, what we can do to stop it.
Roger.
And lastly, Governor, when they make a mandate that Venezuelans get the temporary work visas for 18 months, and they say, oh, it's July 31st cutoff, how much harder does it make it? And what does that signal to Venezuelans? Come one, come all. You'll come here, 3 meals, free stays, we'll do your laundry, and give you a job.
It's called a magnet. This is a magnet to the entire world. So it may be for Venezuelans, but other people from 150 countries across the globe see that same thing and come here. But I'll tell you this. So I filed the lawsuit concerning DAPA back when I was the Attorney General. We won that because of what the President Obama did at the time about this mass allowance of people to stay here. We won the DAPA lawsuit, the DACA lawsuit. We will file a lawsuit. We, the state of Texas, will file a lawsuit on this issue because it is illegal, in my opinion, for the president to allow these people like that here in the country illegally and giving them work permits here illegally.
Greg Abbott, the great governor from the great state of Texas, thanks so much for being here.
Good luck later explaining yourself to the people of Manhattan.
All right.
They should know. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.